Are you tired of sending rockets to the graveyard with none of these effects? Do you just want to special summon large bundles from your hand? Would you like to find out why Vishuda is limited? Then, you have come to the right place, because introducing Dragonmaids 7! What you see in front of you is a variant on my Dragonmaid deck, focusing heavily on large level 7 monsters that can special summon themselves and has good effects. First, I'll be talking about the changes I've made compared to my first video, and if you would like to see the details about every other card and deck, you can watch my previous video by clicking the icon on the top right. As always, I'll first start by giving you some details about the deck, and then we'll get to some gameplay. Now, let's get into the changes. First of all, Danger Dogman. You can reveal this card from your hand, and then one card from your hand will be randomly discarded. If Danger Dogman was not the discarded card, then you can special summon it from your hand, and then draw one card. If you're lucky, this card will special summon itself, and the cards in your hand will not even change. Furthermore, the cards you discard might be useful in the graveyard, as we play a lot of cards like Paleozoics that has effects in graveyard. Furthermore, if it's discarded, and it doesn't have to be by its own effect, then you can make all face-up monsters your opponent controls lose 1000 attack until the end of the turn. This also triggers if you discard Danger Dogman with Paleozoic Dynamistress, so this card has a lot of utility in this deck. Our second level 7 is Ancient Warriors, Loyal Roan-Yu. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Furthermore, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can target one monster your opponent controls and destroy it. And while you can only use the second effect once per turn, the first effect can be used multiple times. So if they destroy your first Loyal Roan-Yu, then you can just special summon another one if you have it in hand already. Last but not least, Tennis Spirit Vishuda. This card is limited to 1 in this format, and if you control no effect monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Furthermore, if you control a face-up non-effect monster, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard, then target one card your opponent controls and return it to the hand. The non-effect monsters in the decks are all Paleozoics, so you actually have a lot of ability to activate the second effect as well. And the first effect just gives you a free level 7 special summon to go into the rank 7 HCs. Since we are not playing high defense monsters anymore, I took out Rise to Full Height and replaced it with Paleozoic Hallucinia, which is a better damage step trait for this deck. We have some new rank 7s in the extra deck, in the form of Odai's Absolute Dragon and number 76 Harmonizer Radial. This card, as a crit effect, can target one card in your opponent's graveyard and detach one material from this card, and then attach the target to this card as a material. This allows you to interrupt your opponent's effects that uses the graveyard. I also have an Odai's Absolute Dragon, which has the ability to detach a material to negate an attack. And also, when it's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Odai's monster from your extra deck, and our target is Odai's Vortex Dragon. When special summoned, target one attack position monster your opponent controls and return it to the hand. So this is a pretty strong combo if you would like to make it. Since we are playing a lot of level 7s, I took out the Double Bite Dragon, and since the Double Bite Dragon is drawn, I replaced some of the Link 2s with Cross Sheep and Backup Supervisor. Backup Supervisor is still very generic, and actually has a downward pointing arrow, which might come up. And Cross Sheep has even better arrows, and actually has an effect where if you exit summon to a zone Cross Sheep points to, all monsters your opponent controls loses 700 attack. And this can be made with any 2 monsters with different names. Post-editing Noah here, back with a suggestion. I just discovered that you can make Imdak using Paleozoics, and this card, if it points to your opponent's monster, destroys it when battling. If the zones are correct, you can turn your Paleozoics into a removal, which is pretty good, and I would consider playing it over one of the rank 7s that I'm not using as often, but feel free to place it anywhere you like. And with that out of the way, let's get into some gameplay. For our match, we are going against Phantasm Spiral, and of course, as every Phantasm Spiral player ever, they start by activating the field spell. Now it's our turn, and we'll start by activating Danger Dogman, hoping that we can hit something else. And we hit Nurse, which isn't the optimal choice, but we drove another Nurse anyway. They'll activate their field spell and then chain Torrential Tribute. This will clear my Danger Dogman and summon them a token, and then the field spell will search them a card, which will be the monster negate. Then I'll just activate the other Danger Dogman, and this once again ends up discarding the nurse, and then I'll draw another card. They will negate the Danger Dogman. I guess for that reason I'll also lose 1000 attack and won't be able to hit over the token. On their turn, they will change their monster to attack position, equip it with an equip spell, then I'll activate Troop Dragon. Troop Dragon will summon Laundry from my deck, and then Laundry will trigger milling 2 times from the top of my deck. At the start of the battle phase, I'll get Laundry back to my hand and summon a Dragonmaid. I'll also activate my trap card here to get the Soldier Dragons back to my hand. They can just summon the token again, but at least I got rid of their equip spell and I got the Soldier Dragons back to my hand again so I can use it next turn. They will activate the trap card to pop Lost Wind, and Lost Wind will reduce their monster's attack down to 1000 and summon a Paleozoid. Unfortunately, summoning the Paleozoid was the wrong choice here, because now they can banish their trap cards and then re-equip their equip spell to their monster and run over my Paleozoid. This way they will trigger their equip spell and then summon their bigger monster, which will kill my other Dragonmaid. Now I'm in a tough spot. But no problem, this is still winnable. We'll start by summoning the Landu Dragonmaid again, and then mill 3 more cards. We will then activate our Tiding from Graveyard to summon a Nurse, and then we'll draw an Exceed summon into a Phantom Knight of the Thirst Javelin. Phantom Knight of the Thirst Javelin will activate, reducing their attack to 0, and then we'll hit over their monster. They will Sacred's Armor the first, we will get a Paleozoid back again, and then we'll just redeclare with a second monster. I don't want to destroy their token, because if I do, they can just get it back with their field spell and then it will be 2000 attack. So I'm happy with them just having a 1000 attack token until I feel comfortable killing them. For that reason, they'll just have to pass their turn, and now it's back to me. And then I can summon Soldier Dragons here and just pass back, because there is not enough damage on board for me to kill them, and I don't even want to get rid of their token. They will activate card D for draw 2 cards. I'll just chain Soldier Dragons and let this resolve, because I do want to save the Lost Wind for a damage step trick, rather than stopping card D. I will activate Nurse here, getting back Laundry, and then I'll activate Laundry here, milling more cards to my graveyard. We do Dogman here, but it's a bit too risky to activate since we only have 2 cards in hand. Instead, we'll just draw for an Exceed summon. Then we'll go into battle phase, start up summon our Dragonmaid, and finally hit over their monsters. Unfortunately, they have a trap that they can use, and for that reason they can once again use their field spell. At least we can activate our Soldier Dragons, which is another card from our deck, and I will choose to get another Soldier Dragons. They will activate the monster in the deck. They will add the monster in the deck to their hand, and then summon the token. I'll destroy their trap monster, and then activate our Dragonmaid at the end of the battle phase to summon Nurse back again. I'll set 1 more card and end my turn. They will go into battle, activate Dimensional Fissure, which is a really big problem for me. But at the start of the battle phase, I'll try to tag out into a Dragonmaid, and then they will negate this effect. And they will activate that card, banish their trap. I will compose it back to their hand. Now this doesn't stop them from just resummoning the token, but this will stop them from getting the Eclipse spell, and that will stop them from getting the second monster to their board. And for that reason, I think Compose is worth it. Sadly, they will get another negate to their hand, but it's a once per turn, so I think we're fine. It's my turn again. I'll activate Thirst Javelin, try to reduce their attack to 0. This will see a negate, but then I can just activate Soldier Dragons here. Summoning the Laundry, and then activating the Laundry to mill more cards from top of my deck, Sadly, the monsters will get banished, but at least I can still move trap cards. And then I'll just go into a triple burst Dragon, because I don't want to get any damage step shenanigans. At the start of the battle phase, I'll get Laundry back to my hand and summon on the Dragonmaid, and try to hit over their monster. They will get their troops spell back, but it's not enough to stop my monster from killing them, which is why I really needed that Dragonmaid. And then I'll set with triple burst and then hit with Charge Javelin. They are pretty low now, so I'll just set my cards and hope that they can't do anything. They will draw 4 card Diad and draw 2 more cards, but they only have 1 set card, so this is looking pretty good for us. We'll draw a card, and then flip Laundry, summon the second Laundry. I don't want to mill my deck more, especially when they have Di-Fi up, so I'll just go into a Link Summon and make Proxy Dragon here. And then go into battle phase, hit with triple burst, and they don't have any responses, so we will take this game. Overall, this version of the deck is pretty fun, and I ended up playing it more than my initial version. Going forward, I would like to focus on a deck with more emphasis on Dragonmaids and level 8 monsters to summon Dragonmaids, and in a different deck, I would like to rotate an Infernape package to take advantage of the mill done by the Dragonmaid Laundry. Join the Discord if you like to see these decklists early. Don't forget to come join my stream on Saturday, and I'll see you in another video.